Welcome to the Everton News Daily. It is Toffee TV. It's July the 1st. The transfer window is now officially open. This is where it probably gets a little bit mad from now on, guys. Every player will no doubtably be linked with Everton from now on. Today, Everton have been linked with a £30 million bid for a player. Looks as though they've signed a goalkeeper. Well, they basically have signed a goalkeeper. And more Dutch links appear as the days go by. Everton have signed Maarten Stekelenburg from Fulham for an undisclosed fee. Probably going to be around £1 million mark. Ronald Koeman's first signing as Everton boss comes in as the number 2-3. He's definitely not going to be the number one. Goalkeeper Koeman still looking to make, sorry about my phone, still looking to make that number one signing. Played in the Premier League, of course, at Fulham, played at Southampton, played 25 times for Southampton last year. 33 years of age, that tells you in itself he's not going to be the number one. Koeman trusts him. So, what can we do with that? What can we take from that? Well, we can take from the fact that he wants competition in every position. 3 goalkeepers may be excessive, but a lot of clubs have them. It's a change from Roberto Martinez, who only had 1 goalkeeper for a while, or so he believed. Obviously, it puts a question mark over Joel Robles in the Everton goal. He, wrestled the position off Tim Howard towards the end of last season. I thought he'd done okay. There's still areas he needs to improve in. But, where does it leave him? Because if we're going to go and spend money on a goalkeeper, Jack Butland, Fraser Forster, for example, they're going to set you back £20 to £25 million. They're going to be the number one, quite clearly. Personally, Timo Horn would be the one I would go for, but the Sillerson at Ajax as well. Leno as well, who's another German keeper. So there's a lot of good goalkeepers that Everton can get. Begovic even, who's at Chelsea. And that would probably put Joe Robles in a position of fighting for the second space, fighting to be on the bench at Everton, which is a bit of a mad one, but that's for the manager to decide. He wants to make Everton a force again, and he wants to make Everton a force, and that involves signing big players, signing players that are going to give real, genuine competition. So, Stekelenburg comes in, like I say, he's worked with Koeman before. He's a decent goalkeeper. And, it's the first, hopefully of many. It is, of course, transfer window open now. So I'm quite sure this will be a very, very busy and exciting summer for Everton Football Club as Farhad Moshiri tries to drive Everton back up to where we believe we belong. And it's going to be an interesting ride. So there you have it. Maarten Stekelenburg is officially an Everton player. He has been signed for an undisclosed fee, thought to be around £1 million, and he becomes Ronald Koeman's first signing. Moving on from Stekelenburg, Everton have reportedly had a bid for Axel Witsel, £30 million bid. Everton bidding £30 million allegedly for Axel Witsel. Interesting, very interesting. Interesting the type of player Ronald Koeman is targeting. It looks as though he's not happy with Everton's midfield. Heavily linked with Strootman and Schneider, Witsel, Juan Mata. So obviously that's an area that he wants to strengthen. This £30 million bid hasn't been accepted, James, at the moment. Everton are in preliminary talks with Zenit, but that doesn't mean anything, to be honest with you. There's other teams interested. Napoli are interested. Chelsea are interested. So as far as we're concerned, and what I've just been told, is that there's no bid being accepted at the moment. Everton are interested in him, but it's still early days, isn't it? I'll get excited, very, very excited, if he's at pitch of the Finch Farm with an Everton shirt on. But it's good to be linked with these players, because obviously this would have just been laughed off a long time. Well, 12 months ago, wouldn't it? We wouldn't have even. I don't think we had 30 million quid over the last couple of transfer windows, did we? So that's interesting and exciting that Everton are getting linked with these players. Witsel, he's been decent for Belgium. He's one of those players, I suppose. I saw him many moons ago when we played Standard Liège and he was a young lad and he was excellent that night, wanted him then. But, you know, it'll be interesting to see whether Ronald Koeman can bring him in. But, you know, it's an interesting one. Andy Whittaker, what my views on Rom is that I would forgive him for his mouth, even though he annoys me. But I think that he's a goal scorer and they're very difficult to come by. And I would like to have a partner for Romelu Lukaku, because then I think you would get the very, very best out of him rather than leaving him up on his own when he can't do the job. I'd have, and I know a few people aren't happy with it, you know, with the link, but I would have Wilfred Boney. I think him up front with Lukaku, because he's such a good target man, he can take the ball in. And I think if you play Boney every week, I think he would score goals. I really do think he'd score goals. Would I want Schneiderlin as well if Witsel come into the club? I'd have both if we could get them, but then that would probably mean the end of James McCarthy, whether you like that or you don't. I don't know. Interesting. We'll have to wait and see. We will be linked with loads of players, as people have already said. But you know, that's the buzz at the moment. That Axel Witsel is the one who Everton have bid £30 million for. Watch this space, really. Charlene, is there a future for Morales at Everton? I think there is. I think if he works hard enough, I still think there's a player in there, no question. I think he's got lots of ability. I think he's a little bit different than what we've got. The problem is his attitude's not great at times. But I think if he's got a manager and a fitness team that are on his back to work and get his head together, don't forget I thought he was excellent under David Moyes. Hot and cold like all of those players, but for me, I would still give him a go. Yarmolenko, I hope not, Paul. Never been impressed with him, honestly. He had a good game against us, but he was up against Alcaraz, so nah, not for me. Mark, do you think... No, Mark, I think Ross will come back very, very strongly this season. I think Koeman will sort him, get rid of that Kim Kardashian arse, get him a little bit fitter, get him working hard, and I think he'd be brilliant. Whistle coming. Defo 2 up front, John Paul Harris. All day with 2 strikers. Dara McGuinness, should Delafeu start? 100%. Yeah, so there we are. Another player I haven't been linked with today is Arkadiusz Milic. He's not been amazing at the Euros, let's be honest. He looks like he's got 2 decent feet. He looks like he's quite talented. He scored 21 goals in 31 games last season for Ajax. He reminds me a little bit of Billy. So I don't know. I don't know whether that's even a link. He's Dutch, so therefore... he's obviously not Dutch, is he? He's Polish, but he's playing in the Dutch league, so that will be just one of many links to Dutch players as well. Could Stones excel in midfield? Yes, I think he'd be fantastic in front of 2 decent defenders. I think he'd be really, really good. Another player we've also been linked with today is, and this is most definitely a tenuous link, but I would bite the hand off, is Vincent Janssen, because Tottenham won him. They've been stalling on it a little bit, and Everton really should just go in and bully them. Go in, throw €20 million at it, just agree the fee, get him done, and just say to Spurs, see you in August when he gets a hat-trick. But no, he's got 27 goals last season. He's only 21, so that's exciting that he's a young striker. He's Dutch. You know, I think Ronald Koeman could do well with him. But he's an interesting one, and it'd be good to just go and gazump someone, because it's happened to us so many times. Baines will have a good season with his ankle. Yeah, I think he will. He's sorted the ankle out, been training at Finch Farm. I think Baines will be back to his best soon. Anthony Lattis, a keeper. Timo Horn for me. Begovic, decent. Butland would be amazing. Forster would be amazing. Sudia, probably, but they would be the ones I'd go for. Kevin Burke, Lacazette, all day long, Kevin. Luke Connor, hope Ron flops tonight. Me too. Viva Gareth Bale, most definitely. Jay Jones, Pele, as long as we get another striker, Jay. I want us to have 3 that are genuine centre forwards. Listen, the most bizarre rumour yesterday was Nias and Coney to China for 30 odd million. Incredible. 3 million would probably be alright. Krull, not convinced. He's big and I've seen him have some fantastic games, but Don't know. Paul Pierce-Miller's playing alongside Lukaku would be brilliant. It possibly would, Paul. It possibly would. If we get the players and get into the top four. We'll have a right good go at the top four, but there's going to be 9 or 10 teams, I think, battling for those 4 spaces this year. Liverpool will be strong this season. United will be strong. West Ham will probably be strong again. Southampton maybe, if they've got any players left by the time we start the season. So there's going to be a lot battling for those places, but Everton hopefully will be in there as well. Garber to play a part next season, don't know. Baines, I think, will be strong. I think Luke's got a chance. Galloway, what about him? Brendan Galloway? We'll see. We will see. So basically, that's what's going on. It's not a lot, I grant you, but it's good that we are having all sorts of bids and links and everything else, isn't it? Because normally we're just looking through the window crying like a kid looking through a shop once a puppy. If that ever happened, that's what we used to be like. But today the transfer window is open, and today I expect Everton to be active in the transfer window. The first time really for a long time that I'm excited about transfer windows, because I feel as though we will do some damage. We've got the opportunity. We've got a massive backer who wants us to do well, wants to splash the cash, and I think Ronald Koeman could piece a few of these, get a few of these players into that squad, bring the likes of Tom Davis through as well, another Kieran Dowell and them. I think we could do really, really well. Anyway, that is it for the Everton News Daily. We will have a rest over the weekend. By Monday, the 13th will be back in training, and Everton will probably have a new goalkeeper there as well. We will see you next time on Toffee TV. Take it easy. Enjoy the weekend.